Hi all, welcome to Java LeetCode series. Today we'll solve climbing stairs problem, which is of category easy. So let's go through the question. You are climbing a staircase, n steps to reach the top. So there are basically n steps on a staircase. So each time you can either climb one or two steps. So our speed is just one or two steps. So we can each time we can either climb one step or two steps. In how many distinct ways can you climb to the top? Okay, let's go through the example to understand the problem better. So uh, let's say we have two steps. So what they are expecting is there are two ways to climb to the top. Okay, either one step plus one step or either two steps directly. So we are asked to give the number of distinct ways we can climb the stairs using one and two steps. Let's take n is equal to 3. So for that we can either one step plus one step plus one step we can go in this way, or one step plus two steps, or two steps plus one step. Okay, so let's analyze the logic to solve the problem. Okay, before this okay, so we can see the pattern. So for each of the stairs, so let's say for one stair we have one distinct ways, two stairs we have two distinct ways, three stairs we have three ways, four stairs and five ways, and five stairs we have eight ways. So we'll go through first four stairs, how we are getting five. So let's say we have four stairs, so one possibility would be 2 plus 2. Okay, the basic possibility would be 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, we have completed two cases. Next, it can be either 2 plus 1 plus 1, or 1 plus 2 plus 1, or 1 plus 1 plus 2. Okay, so there are five possibilities for four steps. Now if we write the order of distinct ways for each step, we'll get in this way: 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. Okay, so we can see here there is a particular pattern to get the current distinct ways. So let's say for 5, so to get the distinct ways for the four steps, so there are five ways. How we can get this five? We can simply add the previous plus the next previous. Okay, if we add it, we'll get the current step distinct ways count. Okay, so yeah, I gave the example of 5. Then we'll go to the solution, how we'll implement it in the Java code. Okay, we'll introduce an array. So and we'll make sure that a of 0 is empty. The reason we are making the first element empty, because we are trying to sync between the I value and n value, which you'll understand it much better in the code. Okay, so we are basically taking an array of length plus 1. So let's say n, so we are taking an array of length n plus 1. And then yeah, we are taking let's say a of 3, we'll add first a of 2 and then a of 1. So previous plus previous minus 1. Okay, then we'll write a for loop which will start from I is equal to 3, because if it is I is equal to 2, it doesn't even enter the for loop. And yeah, you will come to know that in the code how we'll deal with the I is with the n is equal to 2. Okay, so this is the small bit of logic we are going to use. Okay, so we are making sure that, let's say for we are asked to find the number of distinct ways for four steps. Okay, so this is for four steps. Okay, in that scenario, as you can see here, if it is four steps, the a of I value will be also that's what we are trying to do here. We are syncing the I value with the n value, so that when we return, we can directly return the value of n. It would be easier. So after completion of the for loop, we'll directly terminate the loop and we'll return the value of the a of n. So where a is an array in here, so we have just taken this as a demo. So now let's go to the original code where I already coded it. So let's analyze the code. Okay, so what I have done is here, first I have introduced an integer array result which has n plus 1. Okay, so its size is n plus 1. So I, as we discussed already, we are leaving the first a of result of 0 as empty. Then if we are checking if n is equal to 1, in that case we are directly returning the value of n, because we saw earlier if n is equal to 1 we'll get the value as n, so we'll return it here. Okay, then we'll hard code two values, which is result of 1 is equal to 1, result of 2 is equal to 2. Okay, I said you earlier, what if n is equal to 2? So in that case it doesn't enter into this if loop, it doesn't even enter into the for loop. It will directly go to the return statement where result of n n is nothing but it's 2, right? So we'll directly return the value of 2. Okay, and we have seen the same for loop, so I have used the same for loop uh, which will start from I is equal to 3. Eh, let's understand this through an example better. So let's say n is equal to 5. So in that case it doesn't enter into the if loop as n value is 5. It only enters into the for loop. First it will start from I is equal to 3, I is less than or equal to 5. Okay, and it will add result of I minus 1 plus result of I minus 2, which is result of 2 plus result of 1, which will be equal to 3. So it adds the consecutive terms in the sequential order, and after completion of the for loop, let's say n is equal to 5, right? So when we enter into n is equal to 6, sorry, when we enter is equal to, it's not n, let's say n is equal to 5. Okay, what if we have completed n is equal to uh, 5? So at that time like let's say I value reached 5. On the 5 it will be all right, but let's say I is equal to 6. So when it tries to here you can observe one thing, that I and n values we are trying to make sure they are equal. Okay, that's the reason we have neglected the result of 0. Okay, let's say I is equal to 6. So we only asked for 5 steps. So when I is equal to 6, it doesn't even enter uh, into this loop, and the previous value, let's say result of 5, that will be returned in here. So what I'm trying to say here is that the loop doesn't encourage the next value of n, like n plus 1 values won't be encouraged. As soon as n plus 1 value is encouraged, let's say I said 5, right? So as soon as when I becomes 6, it comes out of the loop, and the value of I of 5, so the value of result of 5 will be returned. Okay, in simple, the logic what we have implemented will return us the distinct ways for given n value. Okay, let's try to run this. I already ran this, but just running it again, and let's try to submit this. Okay, 0 milliseconds. So this is the way how we can solve for the climbing stairs. I hope you guys have understood it. If you do have any doubts, please do let me in the comment section. Thank you.